एवं विष्णुपाद परमांश परिव्राजक आचार्य कष्टों भक्ति वेदांत ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 3 टेक्स्ट नंबर चैप्टर 25 टेक्स्ट नंबर 15 3:25-15। चेतक्लव्यस्य बन्धाय चेतक्लौव्यस्य बन्धाय मुक्तये चात्मनो मताम् मुक्तये चात्मनो मतम् गुणेषु सुप्तं बन्धाय गुणेषु सप्तं बन्धाय रतां वा पुंसि मुक्तये रतां वा पुंसि मुक्तये चेतक्लव्यस्य बन्धाय मुक्तये चात्मनो मतम् गुणेषु सप्तं बन्धाय रतां वा पुंसि मुक्तये चेतक्लव्यस्य बन्धाय मुक्तये चात्मनो मतम् गुणेषु सप्तं बन्धाय रतां वा पुंसि मुक्तये. Translation and purport by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The stage in which the consciousness of living entity is attracted by the three modes of mental nature is called conditioned life. But when that same consciousness is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one is situated in the consciousness of liberation. Purport. There is a distinction here between Krishna consciousness and Maya consciousness. Guneshu or Maya consciousness involves attachment to the three material modes of nature, under which one works sometimes in goodness and knowledge, and sometimes in passion, and sometimes in ignorance. The three different qualitative activities with the central attachment for material enjoyment are the cause of one's conditioned life. Sorry, I repeat the sentence. The three different qualitative activities with the central attachment for material enjoyment are the causes of one's conditioned life. When some cheta or consciousness is transferred to the spiritual Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, or when one becomes Krishna conscious, he is on the path of liberation. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tapadam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajata Sagana Padutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Jai Sri Guru Manjunataram Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Hare Krishna, can you hear me online?
Yes, Prabhuji, now we can hear you.
Hare Krishna, can everybody respond?
Prabhuji, we can hear you now.
Line got disconnected. So, okay, thank you, Mataji. So, here in this source, it is a discussion between Devahuti and Kapramani. So, there is a nice story, like, in Bhagavatam, 11th canto, where, when one time, Krishna and Vasudeva was there, and Krishna was staying in Dwaraka, and at that point of time, all the great sages like Narada, Vyasa, all those sages comes to see Krishna. So at that point of time, Vasudeva, like who is the father of Krishna, he actually received the sages and served them, and then finally Vasudeva started asking questions to Krishna. Vasudeva asked about how I can get rid of this cycle of birth and death, how I can get liberation. He asked that kind of questions. So for that, Narada Muni, he asked in front of Krishna himself. Krishna is sitting in the assembly, and Vasudeva serving Narada Muni and asking these questions. And Narada Muni, he makes fun of Vasudeva. Means he mildly reprimands Vasudeva because you are directly the father of Supreme Personality of God himself. And this is the height of familiarity because you are unaware of that the Jagat Guru, who is the Guru of all Gurus, is within your home, is beside you, and you could have asked him, but you are thinking Krishna is as your son. you are lost in that, because with respect to Mother Yashoda, the loving devotion service towards Krishna is so predominant that even Krishna himself sometimes shows her opulence of Virat Rupa, or shows Brahmanda in his mouth. But Yashodamai was not concerned about all those things, and Krishna liking that. And here also Vasudev, even though Krishna is the supreme personality of God himself, it's not like out of Vatsalya rasa he did ask Krishna, but he preferred to ask Narada Muni and all the sages, how we can get liberation. So, and Narada Muni says, just the way a person who is living on the banks of Ganges, he goes far away place to take bath in holy place. You think that this Ganges is different from that Ganges. So it's it's not very intelligent. That's what it said. So, even though if we see that in another way, that Vasudeva doesn't want to lose his relation with Krishna as a father, because if he starts seeking guidance from Krishna, he might think he might put him on the level of spiritual master. Then only he can take it seriously. So, but after that, Narada Muni understands his mood, but he educates him, and he finally advises him how to perform activities, how to do yajna and all those things. Okay, and under the guidance, the Vasudeva performs next sacrifice and gets the benefit. So, but here in this verse, how is that related to this verse? Is Devahuti was the son of Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni was supreme personality of God himself, but Shaktyavesh avatar. So when Kapila Muni was about to take birth, all the great demigods like Brahma and Indra, Shiva, all those personalities comes and glorifies Karda Muni and Devahuti for begetting at the birth, maybe for begetting the Lord himself as their son, because they know what Kapila Muni is came for. He want to establish the Sankhya philosophy. So, and after the advent of Kapila Muni, Karda Muni leaves Devahuti and goes. And before Karda Muni goes, Devahuti was expressing when Karda Muni first he gave Devahuti got 9 daughters, right? Devahuti got 9 daughters from Karda Muni, and Karda Muni was about to leave the household life. And that point of time, Devahuti thinks that she didn't take good advantage of Karda Muni. She only looked for material things like sons, family, house, all those things from Karda Muni, but she didn't take proper advantage of Karda Muni. That's how she repents there, and then she says, "Why don't you stay for some more time and give me a son who can actually guide me or protect me?" Like that, she requests. So Karda Muni stays back, and as a result, Lord Kapila takes birth. Now she, after getting Kapila Muni, he can be relaxed. Okay, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself is my son. So then I can easily get whatever. I can either go back to Godhead or I can get liberation. Think like that. So that is a sign of a sincere devotee. But even the perfect personalities, even the highest personalities, always they endure endure to make spiritual progress. Even the gopis also always contemplating how they can serve Krishna better. Yes, so here Devahuti, even though she got Kapila Muni, who is the supreme personality of God himself, she didn't take that for granted. She said, I have to do my own duty, I have to express my own interest to go back or attain perfection of spiritual realization. So that's why the Devahuti approaches Kapila Dev, and then she asks, inquiring about how you can about different questions that she asked about how she can attain perfection. So she asks about how I can get it off from your Maya. So when she says that, she is not saying that you are only creating Maya, you are only putting me in delusion. Can you please take note of illusion? It's not like that, it's out of Vatsal Rasa. Okay? So it is said that qualification to receive Jnana is like the spiritual knowledge to have renunciation. Or when one gets disgusted of material comforts, then only he opens himself to the receiving the transcendental knowledge. And qualifications to karma is to having a desire to enjoy. So somebody who is like, that's why karma is always kept on the lowest platform. Karma kanda, then karma yoga. Karma yoga is actually very difficult to attain perfection because you have to do everything perfectly and without attachment. If you're able to do that, then only when somebody on the level of karma can attain perfection, means complete neutralization. At most, a karma can go is up to Brahman. Okay, not even Brahman. Sargoloka, sorry. Karma cannot go to Brahman. He can at most he can go is a Sargoloka or higher planetary system, or at most Brahmaloka maybe. But when one acquires jnana, when knowledge about how to perform, what should be like, no. So there, when one start acquiring knowledge, then at that point of time, he know how to act, and he know what should be the proper attitude, and you know what is permanent, what is temporary, what to ask for and what not to ask for. So that's why, like somebody who is looking for jnana, the first qualification is he should have proper renunciation. He should be disgusted of material existence. So that's why Devahuti continues where she left off with Kardamani. Means Kardamani, she was expressing her desire to endure for spiritual realization or to acquire, like, she's expressing her desire to acquire the transcendental knowledge, which will lead to self-realization. So unless one is completely freed from the desire for sense gratification, then only they, like, unless one comes to the mode of minimum sabsoguna, then only they will endeavor to attain, like they will endeavor to acquire knowledge. So that's why in this verse, Prabhupada writes, right? The three, these different qualitative activities with central attachment for material enjoyment are the cause of one's conditioned life. Conditioned life means, like, they are bound, like, they are very much attached to many things, many conditions. Oh, if I get this only, then I will be happy. Or if it should be this way, then only it will be pleasing to me. So that is called conditioned life. Means his happiness depends on many conditions. He is not Krishna says that one should be happy in all circumstances. Santushta ena kinava. Means one should be happy in all circumstances by somehow or other. So, but a conditioned soul, like his happiness is attached to many aspects, like many conditions. Okay, if I have a nice family, only I'll be happy. If and all the family members should abide by my condition, they should obey me. Then all the family members should work to give me happiness. So then only they'll be happy, and my body should be fine, and I should get all the material benedictions. Means Adhyatmic, Adibhautik, Aditayik, in all the levels, he is looking for happiness for himself. So that's why, like somebody who worships demigods, they are called, like, they are karmis. Because why? Because when you are like a devotional service can be performed only towards Krishna. Bhakti or love can be performed only towards Krishna. Whatever, when like pure love. If you are not doing that, like if you are not on that level, then you immediately be attached to something. Like if you worship demigods, if you go to shopkeeper, you don't get attached to shopkeeper. You go to shopkeeper only when you want something material, right? Like I want to be like some gadgets or something which will gratify my senses. So like demigods are like that, means like anything, like because like just like the way we love our father, we can't love shop or not like any salesman. We go to him just to make some transaction, financial transaction, business transaction. So in the same way, the demigods also, if one goes to demigods, it's only for these transactions only. Okay, I'll do this yajna, I'll do this offering, and you give me that. So when as long as one have this material tendency of sense gratification, one will not endeavor to please Krishna's senses. So pleasing Krishna's senses is the point, like actually endeavoring, actually aspiring to please Krishna's senses is the beginning point of one's path to liberation. So until that point of time, like I do karma, I get born with more karma, and I do more karma to get happiness in this karma. So that's why here it is saying, but Devoti wants like recognize that okay, now I made a mistake with Kardamani. I missed my opportunity to get knowledge from Kardamani, but I should not do the same mistake again. So she gave first preference, okay, leave off everything, leave off my daughters, leave off my family, and what happened, everything she forgets, and she now right now she's focused on attaining the spiritual perfection. That's why she approaches Lord Kapila, and then she only prays that no, like she says that like please detach me from this ahankara and mamakara. So you have to destroy it as it is your own maya. Who have trapped me here? That's what she says. So when one expresses this knowledge, this desires to Krishna, then Krishna will remove that ignorance. When Krishna removes that ignorance, he said that guilt is like a sand in the sweet rice. So Lord removes the guilt so that he can enjoy the material world. Like means even in this, while being in this material world, as long as we use the material things for our sense gratification, we will be conditioned. But when one realizes that I'm in a disgusting position, I mean, I'm not in a good condition, then one develops a guilt. Oh, I should not have done this thing. I should not have engaged, wasted my time, my energy in only enjoying the material things of family, of material wealth, of education, or name, fame, all these material things. So when one realizes that when one feels guilty of his position, then at that point of time, Krishna will remove that guilt so that one can actually experience the benefit of being in the material world. So, what is the benefit of being in the material world is to be able to aspire for Krishna, to be able to become more and more Krishna conscious by engaging everything in the service of Krishna. So that's what our especially the process of bhakti, especially the Krishna conscious movement, as given by Sri Rupa Goswami, means like everything can be engaging Krishna service. Like what is the words? I don't recall that words, but this is like what the conception of Falgu Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya. Falgu Vairagya is something that like you are renouncing something which can be nicely engaged in Krishna service. That is called Falgu Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means using everything with proper guidance under the direction of spiritual authority in the service of Krishna. That is called Yukta Vairagya. So when one develops this knowledge, when one acts with the knowledge, means that's why he said that knowledge is power. Knowledge will transform. Knowledge will empower us to use everything in Krishna's service with discrimination. So So here they say that Devabhuti sees Lord Kapila as an instrument or an axe to get the tree of samsara and give her liberation. So, one can use the material things like family, like material appliances, name, fame, all those things to get bound up more and more into material and material world by being attached to them. But the same things when engaged in Krishna service, when one thinks that this family is not my family, this is Krishna's family, kept under my care or under my protection, then when one serve just to make that simple change in that consciousness, in that attitude, immediately one will be kept on the path of liberation. Means immediately everything changes. Means with the consciousness with which we serve, with which we take up our responsibilities, becomes the instrumental in giving us liberation. So that's why even Bhaktivinoda Thakur says about how we approach the Lord also matters, because sometimes many people, like even if they might be approaching the Supreme Personality about Krishna himself, but they worship Krishna in the mood of a demigod. Means what does the demigod give? Demigod gives whatever you wanted. Okay, you want job, take job. You want nice wife or husband, take this, like that. They may give many things. But when one approaches Krishna for material desires, uh, Krishna will definitely give them. But what Krishna does is, first of all, he educates. Like this in the case of Dhruva Maharaj, right? He imparts the knowledge that this is not this is not the place where you have to enjoy. This is a place where you have to purify, where you have to acquire knowledge to get out of this material existence. So that's why sometimes when we see the ritualistic priests or brahmanas, when they chant mantras, they recite Purushtha prayers. Means oh, you are the God, you are the maintainer, you are Parameshwara. Like that, they glorify the Lord with different mantras. But when it comes to a devotee likes to glorify the Lord the way Lord likes him, likes. Means for example, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, he writes in his songs, right? That Yeshomati Nandana Varajita. In that song, like everything, whatever the names that he's using are related to some devotee. Means Yeshomati Nandana means you are son of Mother Yashoda, Nandana, like that. All those names are related to some devotee. This way of addressing Krishna is very much liked by Krishna, which is very much pleasing to Krishna. But somebody who is actually glorifying Krishna as you are Parameshwara, you are the controller, you are the source of everything. All those vibhutis are now Aishwarya Bhava. They may it is not so much pleasing to Krishna. Why? Because nobody likes father because he has so much property, you have this factory, you have that factory, or you have this much wealth, you have this many followers. That is not love. That is actually indirect way of saying that I need some sense of gratification. I need some of your opulences. I'm very much attracted to your opulences than you. So, but when one loves the father, I love you so much, and I would like to serve you, and you are like a father has internal circle, right? Like family members, daughters, sons, like that. So that way of glorifying or that way of approaching a father will be more pleasing to father by his own sons or daughters than identifying his material opulences. Of course, a devotee can even may glorify the middle appearance of Krishna also, but as long as but Krishna is more pleased when his devotees glorify him in relation to with his devotees, in relation to his Bhakta Vasala or Nandanandana, Parthasarathi, all these names. So here also, like Lord doesn't even care for material world. Why? Because he entrusted all this material managing of material things to Durga Devi. Like his opulence is also even like creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material universes. He didn't take anything of his responsibility. Like for example, when it comes to even though Shirodaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Mahavishnu are the extensions of Krishna, Purusha expansion of Krishna himself, but Krishna directly only takes pleasure in, especially Nandananda Krishna, who is only within the Vrindavan. He directly takes pleasure in dealing with the devotees. Then all these material things, like being a Mahavishnu, Yashuk universe, all this maintaining the every living entity in the universe. Though Lord Krishna doesn't even care about all those things. He will designate all these things to different personalities. So only thing what Krishna directly deals with is the loving reciprocations with his devotees. That is the actual internal mood of Krishna, the internal desire of Krishna, that only dealing with his devotees, like reciprocating. If there is any requirement for Krishna, if for his devotees, sometimes Krishna personally comes and delivers something. Because in giving personally, Krishna derives more and more pleasure rather than sending by some servant or some representative or someone like that. So this from this we can understand that we should not take the association of great personalities very take it for granted. We should take good advantage of them, try to learn from them what is the goal of life by proper inquiry, and also and what should be our mood when worshiping Krishna, that we can get from this. Okay, we'll end it here. Anybody have any questions or any comments?
Prabhuji, it was a very nice class. Actually, so many nice points you covered, and very positive and hope-giving class, like about Yukta Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya, and how when we come to the consciousness of satisfying Krishna's senses, then actually we are on the path of bhakti, right, Prabhuji? Something like that you said. Haribol. Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, during the class, there was. Prabhuji, can you hear me? Oh, Krishna.
Internet issue, I believe.
Yes, you can repeat. Sorry.
Yeah. Prabhuji, thank you so much. It was an amazing class. Prabhuji, I had a question. During the class, you said something about Krishna removes the that feeling of some point you were trying to say the guilt. Krishna removes the guilt. Prabhuji, could you please repeat that and explain that a little? Oh.
So, like when we realize that we are wasting our time and energy gratifying our senses, then when we turn towards Krishna or spiritual authority, and they impart us the knowledge how to engage everything, our body, our lives, so that we can get out of this mental existence. So then that way you can be happily situated in the material world also by engaging everything, even the material things, in service of Krishna. And at that point of time, when you reach that point, the material things like family, like your knowledge, your skills, your karma, whatever you're doing, will not bind us to this material existence. Actually, they themselves transform into the acts that will cut our material bondages. Did I make it clear, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, now it is clear. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Any more questions? Okay. We'll end it here. Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. The like previously, which are material thing, they transform into spiritual. They when we develop guilt of material enjoyment, sense enjoyment, then we start the process of acquiring knowledge, how to utilize everything in Krishna's service. So when we reach that, when we develop that, when we do that, the same things which are actually binding us to this material existence will become the instruments in liberating us from this material existence. We apply the knowledge. Then we start applying the knowledge. When we acquire that knowledge, we start applying the knowledge, then they'll transform into the instruments in the liberation. Thank you all very much.